What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to the annual Social Club Football Cookout. 31 days, 31 videos. All August long, we're giving you daily football content from the NFL to college football and everything in between. Expect videos on Heisman frontrunners, NFL MVPs, bold predictions, hot takes, and more as we gear up for the new season. Make sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel and hit that notification bell so you never miss a day of football content. And if you want your voice to be heard, comment your thoughts down below and also join our Discord where we talk about sports 24/7, 365 days. Other than that, go ahead and pull up a chair, grab a plate, and let's talk football. What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the Social Club where everyone has a voice. I'm your host, Jacob, and of course, this is our 31 days, 31 videos. I am very excited to discuss this with you guys today, and this is the top 10 quarterbacks in the NFL right now. Now, before we keep going, I want to let you guys know that this portion of the video is brought to you by our partnership with Kalshi. Kalshi is the largest legal prediction market in the US with over 1 million users, and they'll even pay interest on longer term positions while you're waiting for markets to resolve. Kalshi facilitates trades between people, kind of like the stock market. Unlike a sports book, there's no limit to how many trades you can actually make. If you got an edge or you keep winning, Kalshi is not going to stop you from placing those trades. Let me give you guys a quick example of what I'm talking about so you understand how everything works. So if I go over to, let's do college football Heisman, and right now we got between CJ Carr and Arch Manning. Then if you go down, if I were to place a trade and buy a contract for CJ Carr, all right, it's trading at 13 cents on the dollar. So if I put in $100 on that, it'd be $100 to win $725. But the also cool thing is it's going to take all year to see who's going to win the Heisman. So while you're waiting for that contract to settle, you also get 3.25% interest on it while you're waiting. So I think it's a win-win personally. If you want to try it yourself, head on over to kalshi.com/socialclub. Use code SOCIALCLUB where you can get up to $500 when you place your first trade of up to $25. Other than that, let's get back to the video. A lot of people get this wrong, and part of the reason they get it wrong is that you need to set parameters on what you're judging to consider these are the top 10. This isn't the top 10 most athletic. This isn't the top 10 strictly off of stats. This isn't the top 10 based off achievements. It's none of that. It's actually a combination of everything. So I'm going to give you my top 10 list, go over why I think who is who. Obviously, you guys can let me know and discuss in the comments down below. Who do you think I got right? Who do you think I got wrong? Why? All that stuff. So to set the ground rules, these are very strict rules that I follow when I'm judging and creating my top 10 list. Here's what I have. Number one, this is the most important. You have to have 2 years of consistent success for you to make it into the top 10. This is for two reasons. Number one, if a QB has a down year, fighting through injuries, wherever the sorts, it's not going to kick them out of the top 10. And on the other side, if a QB has an over-the-top exceptional year, like a one-hit wonder, it's not going to automatically put them in the top 10. To give you examples of QBs that why I created this rule for so it doesn't mess up my criteria and what I have, for argument's sake, 2 years ago in 2024, you could have argued that Geno Smith was a top 10 QB in the entire NFL versus what you saw him do last year, where clearly he's not in the top 10. That's why I have that rule, because you need at least 2 years of greatness to be considered in that. Another QB to give you an example for would be CJ Stroud. CJ Stroud, his rookie year was absolutely phenomenal. He looked like a legit top 10 QB. He looked like he could have won an MVP that year versus what you've seen since in his gameplay. And it's nowhere near top 10 status. Like, this might be his last year as a starter, depending on how he plays, honestly. So that's why I have that rule. That is a very important rule that you have to have. Number two, which I find important, stats do matter, but stats shouldn't overtake the eye test. It's got to be a mixture of both. So stats wise, this player can be killing it, being amazing and everything like that. But objectively, when you look at this player versus another player, when you look through the whole list, There shouldn't be a QB that's blatantly better than the other one, or one that should overtake the other one. And it'll make more sense once I explain the list on why I have to set that as a criteria. Number 3, which is very important, no rookie QBs. Just same, it's very similar to number 2, but I just want to bring it home. No rookie QBs, they're not going to make the list. I don't care if they don't have a second year. If you did really well your rookie year, do it again, honestly. And number 4, I do consider your postseason success. I do think that's important because at the end of the day, the point of you being a quarterback is to help your team win games. So you can have amazing stats, but if you're not good in the playoffs, I think that does matter. And that should be a part of the list. So those are my 4 biggest things. You guys can agree or disagree with that, but that's how I'm judging it. That's how I create my top 10. So with that, let me just get right ahead into it. First of all, let's just get this out of the way. Number 1, number 2, number 3, all 3 of these players are interchangeable. You could put 3 at 1, you could put 1 at 2, whatever. Number 1 for me is Patrick Mahomes. Number 2 is Josh Allen. Number 3 is Lamar Jackson. Doesn't matter which way you guys want to put. You can put Lamar at 1, you can put Pat at 1, you can put Josh Allen as 1. Does not matter. All 3 of those QBs, in my opinion, are by far the 3 best QBs in the NFL. If your team does not have this QB, and this QB was available to be on your team, you would pick that player up, no questions asked, regardless of who your current starting QB is. That's just a fact. That honestly is just a fact. Stats are great. Play is great. Lamar doesn't have the best postseason record, but I mean, he's just so over the top and such a good player. There's no way he's not going to be in the top 3 right now. Just I have seen nothing. He's staying in that top 3. Number 4 for me is Matthew Stafford. Now, Matthew Stafford, for argument's sake, you actually have a legit argument to say that he is the best quarterback in the NFL. I mean, his last 2 seasons are some of the best seasons you can ever ask for in the history of the NFL. Like, he couldn't have played better from that QB position than what he gave the Rams the last 2 seasons. On top of that, I mean, this team is just absolutely phenomenal, absolutely rolling. He does have a Super Bowl with this Rams team from a few years ago. He's probably going to get another Super Bowl with this Rams team. So Matthew Stafford, I think, is a clear-cut number 4. He has the stats, he has the attributes, he has the talent. The only knock that you can even consider with him is just his age. At some point, there has to be some type of drop-off, but I don't take age too much into consideration. I think 4 is a good spot for him, but if you want to argue he's number 1, I think that's pretty solid as well. Coming in number 5, we have Joe Burrow. Joe Burrow, this one was tricky for me because, of course, he had an injury last season, but if you just look at his gameplay from the last few years, he's had his injuries, but when he's there, he is absolutely dynamic. I mean, 2024, he pretty much gave you 5,000 yards and didn't make the playoffs. So it's like, what else can you say? What else could he do for that team? I mean, his stats are just unbelievable, and it goes without saying. Yeah, I mean, Joe Burrow, again, he's another guy that's like, talent is there, stats are there. The only knock that you can really have on them just comes down to injury, which is why I knocked them down to the 5 slot and put Matthew Stafford over him. Coming in at number 6, we have Jared Goff. Now, Jared Goff, this one's an important one because statistically speaking, between him and Stafford, they are statistically the best quarterbacks in the entire NFL year over year. Over the last 2 years, maybe even 3 years. Statistically the best. The only reason why Jared Goff is at 6 is just like what I said earlier. Stats do matter, but also you do have to consider the eye test. And when you look at the eye test, Matthew Stafford is clearly a better quarterback than Jared Goff, and same with all the other guys that I have above him. Like, top to bottom, you wouldn't insert Jared Goff into any of these other QBs, in my opinion. But Jared Goff, from the statistical standpoint, absolutely unbelievable. Coming in number 7, we have Justin Herbert. Now, I know. Everyone just relax. Let me explain. Everyone hates Justin Herbert. Everyone hates him. They think he shouldn't even be the QB for the Chargers at this point. People do not like him. I am not a Chargers fan. I can agree at some point he needs to have some type of postseason success. But, guys, I'm sorry. He's got to be one of the most unluckiest cute quarterbacks I've ever seen in my life. I mean, dude, last year, how do you lose your entire offensive line that you just paid for? Like, how do you lose everyone for the entire year? You have the worst rated offensive line and you made it to the playoffs and you lost to a team that went to the Super Bowl. Like, and they could have won. Honestly, I mean, the game was pretty close. They actually could have won that game, but I mean, he's just unfortunate. He is just an unlucky dude, but I don't know what to say, man. Like, you turn on the tape, he's making throws that you've never seen before. Like, you look at his stats are unbelievable, especially for the receiving core that we have. I mean, at least with all the other guys ahead of us, you can argue that they have a top 5 receiver on that team, or just a 1,000-yard, a 12,000, 13,000 yard receiver on that team. Justin Herbert, I mean, who's his number one receiver? You know, Quentin Johnson, Lad McConkey. You know, you had Keenan Allen, but you know, Keenan Allen's old. He's a good red zone threat, but he's not going to give you 1,300 yards now or 1,400 yards. That's not the type of receiver he is anymore. So I got to give it to him. I'm sorry, guys. I know this. Hey, you aren't going to like this, but I'm here to be honest with you, give you an unbiased take. I still think Justin Herbert is not only a top 10 QB, top 7. I think it's a very fair slot for him. Just needs that postseason success so everyone can get off his back. Coming in at number 8, we have Sam Darnold. Sam Darnold, this was an interesting one. Sam Darnold really bumped the list for me over the fact that he did just win the Super Bowl. I think if you win the Super Bowl, you should at least be considered. Like, you got to get a huge bump in your rating just because you won the Super Bowl. Because at the end of the day, why else are you playing the quarterback position if it's not to lead your team to a Super Bowl? Now, the knock on Sam Darnold, which I do understand, I do agree with, he was a game manager the entire year. That defense was absolutely phenomenal. His job was to not mess it up. However, you look at his stats, you look at what he was able to do. He has an offense, he created essentially an offensive player of the year in Jackson Smith and Jigba. It's like, what really else could you ask for? Like, what, you expecting him to do a backflip and throw the ball 80 yards for a touchdown? He kept it simple, and he won a Super Bowl keeping it simple. It's like, I can't knock the guy for that. And the stats are there. He has really good stats. He takes care of the ball. He's right there up with all the other passing QBs in the league. So it's just like, I think it's well earned. I think he deserves to be in the top 10 here. And just again, from the eye test, there's plenty of throws that he's made. There's plenty of things that he's done to lead his team to win games, especially down the stretch. And you look at the playoffs, what he did against the Rams. I mean, I think he made it. I think he earned it. Congratulations to Sam Darnold, man. He is for sure a top 10 quarterback. And then for my number 9 pick, I have Dak Prescott. Now, Dak Prescott is a very interesting one because talent-wise, he is one of the best quarterbacks in the NFL. But if you watch him play down the stretch, he really does blow it for the team. Like, Dak is a weird guy. Dak will give you like 6 or 7 of the best games you've seen in the NFL, and his team will score like 40 points, right? And then he will flat out blow a ton of games. And then in the fourth quarter, throw for an extra 2 touchdowns and 200 yards. So then he still looks good on the stat sheet. But when you watch him play, it's just inconsistent. You just don't know what you're going to get. Dak for 6 or 7 games belongs in the top 10. Dak for the rest of those games, this is the reason why the Cowboys aren't in the playoffs. Now, I'm willing to give him the number 9 slot because, again, the stats are just absolutely unbelievable. If he's not, he should have been a 5,000-yard QB last year. He definitely is going to be this year with that receiving core that he has right now and just all the talent that's on that team. But, I mean, they just got... they at least got to make the playoffs. Like, you got to make the playoffs. So, you know, with Dak, it's just, if you actually watch him, you know, he blows a lot more games than people actually give him credit for, just because when you just look at the stat line or look in retrospect, his stats are just so unbelievable that you think he was doing everything he can to win the game. I know that Cowboys defense is bad, but he wasn't helping them either on some of those games. Like he lost them some of those games as well. So I think number 9 is fair. Stats from there, talent wise is there. It really just comes down to inconsistency and just he's probably the worst out of everyone on this list in terms of actually leading his team to win a game. Well, the 9th worst going into the 10th that I have here. And my number 10 QB that I have for the 10th best QB in the NFL, I have Baker Mayfield. Baker Mayfield and Dak are literally two of the same, except I would say Baker Mayfield probably leads his team a little less in winning games versus Dak Prescott. Like, at least Dak Prescott can argue that his division's harder. Like, the NFC South is an absolute joke. And Baker still was finding ways to lose that. So I think Baker at 10 is pretty fair. When he turns it on. He's a top 10 QB. When he's not there, that team looks a little tragic. But stats are there. Talent, eye test, everything of that sort. He is definitely a baller. He's got it. I do think he should be getting paid more money if you want my opinion on that. But yeah, that's what I got. I think that's fair. Now, to give you guys a little bit extra, if I had people in my honorable mention, I think Brock Purdy has a pretty solid argument to get close to that top 10 spot. I also think Caleb Williams has a good opportunity to make it into that top 10 spot. I had Jordan Love on there last year. If you look at last year's team, he ain't on here. He ain't going to be on here this year, dog. I need to see a little bit more for him to make it back into the top 10. But that's my list. You guys let me know down in the comments. What do you think? Do you agree or disagree? But other than that, take care, guys. Peace. And I will see you in the next one.